If you're someone who finds themselves dreaming of a Nutella container and a spoon in your hand, welcome back to the Anabolic Hub, where we make anabolic deliciousness. We're just outside my kitchen today, of course, over at the taste test table. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna talk about my top 5 ways to make anabolic French toast. Of course, the original from Greg Doucette is a classic. It's simple, it's loaded with protein, it's as anabolic gets. But here, we like to spice things up a little bit, maybe add a little bit more flavor, add a little bit more volume along the way, and we're gonna talk about 5 recipes that do just that. So, with no further ado, let's dive in no particular order to our first anabolic French toast recipe. The first one we'll talk about, speaking of Greg Doucette, is right out of his cookbook, his Nutella French Toast roll-ups. This one has incredible flavor. If you're someone who enjoys Nutella in the slightest bit, this is going to be a recipe that you do not want to miss. The first time I made it, I fell in love with it. It's so easy to do. It seems like it's a little bit of extra work, and it's really only one extra step. So simple to put together. The flavor that you get from making it like this is incredible. Like I said, if you're a Nutella fan, this is one that is a must try. It's not that much more difficult to make than regular French toast. It starts out just the same, and you're adding a ton more protein, a lot more volume, and it's going to be something that's going to easily satisfy any Nutella craving, probably any sweets craving that you may have, especially early on in your day. If you're someone who finds themselves dreaming of a Nutella container and a spoon in your hand and just scooping away, this is one that can definitely help satisfy that craving, get you through easily into your morning, get you to that morning snack. So simple to do. Such a no-brainer of a recipe. The flavor is incredible. The process is almost as easy as regular French toast. Clearly, Nutella is something that Greg has had in the past because he nails this one with this recipe. It tastes almost just like real Nutella. You add a little bit of maple syrup on there to add more sweetness to it, and you have yourselves one of the best French toast recipes there ever has been. Next, we need to talk about one that I've recently done on the channel, the birthday cake French toast recipe that I put out a little while ago. It is one that is so delicious. It feels like you're eating cake for breakfast, and what gets better than that? The McCormick spice that I had on there adds such great texture and flavor, but you know what? I've remade it a couple times with that cake batter flavoring, that one ingredient that was suggested a lot in the comment section, and it is the best. I think it's even better than the McCormick spice mix that I used in the video. It adds such a strong birthday cake flavor to the recipe. You put it right into the frosting, and oh my goodness, the flavoring. It feels like you are eating a birthday cake right in front of you that is loaded with protein. It's an absolute no-brainer of a breakfast. It's something that's gonna add volume, it's gonna add protein, it's gonna add flavor like you've never had on anabolic French toast ever before. It's something that was the inspiration for my edible cake batter recipe. That is another one you should check out. Side note, you could also put that on your French toast, and it is an even higher level of birthday cake deliciousness. This particular recipe is one you don't want to miss. If you didn't see it, you got to go back and check it out. It's something that if you like cake in the slightest bit at all, you're going to love having your French toast this way. The cake batter flavoring, or if you use the spice, you threw a couple of rainbow sprinkles on there, and my goodness, you have a heavenly breakfast that you're going to want to have every day for probably at least a week, if not longer. And next up, I want to talk about why you should smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. There's still a lot of you out there that are watching my videos that aren't subscribed. We get a lot of great recipes coming out, lots of reviews, maybe a vlog or two. You're not going to want to miss any of it. Smashing the like button helps me out more than you know. Subscribing, I appreciate everybody who has already previously subscribed, who's been with me from the beginning, who's been with me starting from my last video. It means the world to me. So please, if you're watching this and anabolic anything is something you're interested in, anything in the fitness world is something you're interested in, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you along for the ride. All right, let's get back to the video. Next up, let's talk about my cinnamon cream cheese French toast recipe. This was one that just came to me. It was inspired by Greg Doucette's Nutella French toast roll-ups that we've already talked about. It is one that is so good. If you like anything cinnamon, and if you like a cannoli, for example, you are going to love this type of French toast. It tastes exactly like eating a cannoli for breakfast. And man, in my world, there is nothing better than that idea. I love cannolis. This recipe was so delicious. I think I had it for breakfast for a month straight before I had any inkling to change it up at all. It is that good. I think it almost triples the amount of protein in regular anabolic French toast. An absolute no-brainer to front load your protein for the day in such a filling, satisfying recipe. If you missed this one on my channel because I made it a little while back, I highly recommend you go check it out because it is something that is so delectable. You're gonna be so happy that you found it. That I can guarantee you. It's made in a similar way. You're rolling it up just like the Nutella roll-ups. You have an interior filling, but the best part is that there is also a topping that goes across the top of the roll-ups that just adds so much flavor, so much anabolic deliciousness. You're not gonna believe the macros when you see them. It is incredible. One of the best French toasts on the internet, anabolic or otherwise, that I can guarantee you. Next up, let's talk about the anabolic chocolate strawberry French toast recipe. This one is phenomenal. Talk about adding more volume to your traditional anabolic French toast. The best thing about strawberries, it adds a ton of volume to your French toast with adding very little calories. And of course, that chocolate sauce that goes on top, unbelievable flavoring. It's a classic match with chocolate and strawberries, adding such a great flavor that once you have this and you taste it and you see the volume and then you see the macros, you're gonna be so excited to have this every single morning. You're gonna be so sad if you ever run out of strawberries. I'm telling you from experience, I've had those moments where I've been looking forward to making this one. I go to my fridge and there's one or no strawberries left. It's incredibly disappointing. This is one that's gonna be at the top of your anabolic French toast list. You'd only need to try it once, and I promise you, you'll be hooked. The last one we'll talk about today before we get to our bonus recipe is going to be the anabolic peanut butter banana French toast. This one not only looks so irresistible, it is one that is, again, loaded with protein, loaded with flavor, and my God, peanut butter and banana is almost as classic as strawberries and chocolate. This one here adds so much protein to your French toast. You will be shocked when you see the macros. This one tastes good. It's a huge stack of French toast. Once you do the macros out and you see how this fits in and gets your day started off with breakfast, front loading your protein in probably the most unbelievable way, more than any other French toast recipe out there that's going to taste this good at the same time. It is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. You will try this once and you will wonder, where has this been in my life? And I'm telling you where it is now, it's on my channel. So go check it out. The biggest problem you're going to have with this recipe is when you stack it up super high, you worry about it falling apart when you go to bring your fork through it. It is that much food. It is so satisfying. The filling level on this one is probably at a 100 out of a scale of 1 to 10. And that's no exaggeration. This thing is a filler. I'm telling you, a filler of a recipe. It's so tasty, so dynamite. You're gonna wanna eat this forever and ever and ever. That I 100% promise you. And there you have it. That is my top 5 in no particular order anabolic French toast recipes. I promised one more bonus, and of course some of you may already know what I'm gonna say, but Coach Greg Doucette's anabolic apple pie breakfast bake. We can't talk about French toast without bringing that one up. The only reason it didn't make it into my top 5 is I didn't feel that it fit because this is more of a meal prep recipe, but the reason it didn't fit is also the reason worth mentioning. You can make an unbelievable meal prep recipe that is unlike anything else in the French toast world. I know there's been variations. Some people have done it with blueberries, other fruits, added other stuff in there, but I'm telling you, if you like apple pie, and let's be honest, who doesn't like apple pie? You are going to love that recipe. Have it meal prepped out for the entire week. You don't have to worry about making breakfast. If you're looking for a time saver in the morning, this one is more than an honorable mention. It's one that you should be thinking about making every single week because it is something that is not only a time saver, but is absolutely delicious. And in my opinion, it is the best French toast recipe in the entire world. Yep, I said it, the entire world. Not anabolic world, the entire world. It's that good. If you've made any of these French toast recipes, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know how they turned out for you. Are there any that you'd like to try after seeing this video? Let me know. I will put links in the description box to all these recipes that I talked about today. I hope you get a chance to try them out. If you do, please come back here and let me know what you think. I'm always curious on your thoughts, how you've made them. If there's any variations, I'd love to hear about that as well. But it's getting to be about that time. I gotta get up out of here, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.